All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if anybody joins on. I am sorry for coming on late today. And I know I canceled a tour yesterday. I just wasn't feeling well. But I want to say as we start, Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. I hope that I want to say, I hope you have big plans. I hope that you have plans to do whatever makes your soul and your heart happy over the next couple of days. So we are at my house. This is, well, my apartment, my little studio apartment. This is where I live. And as you can see in behind me is my collection of Lego gingerbread. So I got some gingerbread houses and a gingerbread train and things like that. Just very, very fun. And with me today, for those of you who know a little bit about my story, I used to work at Build-A-Bear. So Christmas is not complete without a couple of bears. So this is one of my bears dressed up like a Christmas tree. And here is the other favorite one. She's wearing a I Heart Christmas Movies hoodie. She's my Hallmark watching bear. So we're going to do a couple of stories today. These are my favorite ones. We do them every year. I love doing this because I know that not everybody is able to be with family at this time of year or have things going on in their lives that just make it a little more difficult, maybe even a little more lonely. And I like to be here just to do something fun with everybody and something that I truly love. And I always have this day off so far because this is a day that is very important to me. I work in retail and it's usually been a very busy Christmas season. And I like to have a day to just kind of do whatever needs to be done. Um, Maybe even spoil myself a little. So the first story we're going to start off with was "Twas the Night Before Christmas in Canada." So "Twas the Night Before Christmas" has always been one of my favorite Christmas things. And in fact, back in the 90s, back in the good old days, I would actually rewrite "Twas the Night Before Christmas" for wherever I worked. So one year I worked at Music World, a record and CD and tape store or whatever. And I would use all the staff names and just kind of write our scenario of the store. I'm just trying to, whoops, check my, yeah, it's a zero. Nice. Ooh, cherry bourbon glaze ham. I'm coming over. I'm actually going to do this evening, I'm going to cook for myself. I've decided I'm going to stay home. I want to watch my church service from my church in New Orleans, First Grace United Methodist Church. And I'm going to cook myself a nice little Revion meal, which is what they would do. They would cook or still do have these meals. Now they're offered in restaurants where it's kind of a big meal and they would have it when they come back after Mass at midnight. So they have a big feast at 2 a.m. I'm not having mine at 2 a.m. because I don't want to sleep on a full stomach, but I'm going to come back early and I have duck legs and I'm going to do it. I found a really good kind of old world recipe and I'm going to do green and yellow beans to go with it and maybe some carrots as well. So anyways, moving right along here, "Twas the Night Before Christmas in Canada." As you all know, I am from Canada. I'm proud to be from Canada. And this will be the first one. So I kind of celebrate what I refer to as my two heritages. I probably have like six if you want to get really particular. Maybe one year I'll throw in an Italian book, French Canadian, who knows? It'll give me a reason to learn my French. But the second one I do will be from Louisiana, and I will do my best accent, though I'm not super great at it. So we're going to start with the Canada one today to keep it simple. So here we go. Far, far away at the North Pole, Santa is busy planning his Christmas Eve journey across his favorite place. See, even Santa loves it too, Canada. From Montreal to Winnipeg, from Edmonton to Halifax. Santa can't wait to visit all the children on his nice list. Are you guys on the nice list? I think I made it this year. He piles a sleigh high with a sack full of gifts and off he goes. I love his big map of Canada here with all the main cities and the different provinces and territories. As Santa soars over the true north, he booms hello to Calgary, Merry Christmas to Ottawa, and gives the CN Tower a big smile. Suddenly, Santa spots the most important place of all. Are you ready for me to visit your home? He says with a hearty chuckle. It's time to leave out a glass of milk and a plate of sugar cookies. Snuggle up in bed with your favorite teddy. I have two. And listen very closely. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there. I like the I Heart Canada stocking and all the big fuzzy boots. We don't need those here in Vancouver. We just have rain today. Oh, gingerbread man. You were nestled up all snug in your bed while visions of candy canes danced in your head. And from Vancouver, my city, to Toronto, all across the map, children had settled down for a long winter's nap. I love all the penguins. Look, little teddy bear in a toy box. When out on the street there arose such a clatter, you sprang from your bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window you flew like a flash, tore open the curtains, threw open the latch. They even made a sign, "Welcome to Canada, Santa. Please stop here." See, we are just so very polite. The moon in the sky with its full winter glow shone bright as midday on Canada below. When what to your wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Lighthouse from Nova Scotia. We're back on the east. We got the sails of Canada Place. I'm guessing that's Parliament buildings right there. With a little old driver so lively and quick, you knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his reindeer they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. Take me up to the chimney, follow my call. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. And then, in a twinkling, you heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As you pulled in your head and were turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. I love these kind of older vintage style graphics. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler holding his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. And the little letter says, "Dear Santa, welcome back to Canada. I hope you enjoy the yummy treats I've left out for you. Love from your biggest fan." And there we go. There's Canada's nice list. It looks long. He glanced at the names that he held in his fist, children in Saskatoon and St. John's, whom were next on his list. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. And you laughed when you saw him, in spite of yourself. Saint Nick winked an eye and tilted his head, letting you know you had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled up your stocking, then turned with a jerk. And tapping his finger at the side of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But St. Nicholas exclaimed as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas, Canada, and to all a good night." Santa's magical journey is coming to an end. He delivers the final gifts to Yellowknife and Quebec, waves goodbye to Hudson Bay, and laughs a jolly ho, ho, ho for everyone to hear. I like the totem poles. We have lots of those in Vancouver. Heading back home to his cozy workshop at the North Pole, Santa hopes each child is extra good next year because he can't wait to come back to Canada. There we go. And of course, you could just pretend that instead of Canada, it's wherever country you're from as well. And hello, I see a few more people have come on. I'm going to take a little sip of my morning coffee here. It's just a regular coffee. I had the coolest thing happen yesterday. I had a really chaotic start to my day. It was one of those, if you've ever read the storybook, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, that was my morning. And when I got to work, it got a little crazier because our register systems were down and we could do cash and credit only 2 days before Christmas. And I had one guest that was taking a little longer to do her purchase. And so I was telling her a little bit about my story yesterday of everything that happened, just, because we had a connection. And at the end of it, this beautiful soul turned to me and said, "Here you go, have a little treat on me." And she handed me a Starbucks card and said, "Enjoy, you deserve it." And I almost cried at work. That was the nicest thing. I couldn't believe it. So I might just go treat myself while I finish my last little few things today. All right. The next book, I promise next year we'll have a new book, but I was going to get it. I thought I had a book picked out to get called Sounding Joy, and then I didn't realize it was out of print. So I do have another book I'm going to share with you. I won't be doing any reading from it, but we're going to check it out. It's pretty cool. So actually, while I read this next one, I'm going to take the cover off because I just see that I'm going to end up dropping this book on the floor. So if you haven't already seen, my friends, this is my little Hallmark teddy bear right here. We watch Hallmark movies together, mostly in bed. And here is my little, this is my favorite Christmas tree. There we go. All right, so this next one is the Cajun Night Before Christmas. And y'all know I love New Orleans, all things Louisiana. So we're going to read this one together. I apologize. I cannot do the Cajun accent. So forgive me. I do my best. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Now, these are some pretty cool graphics, but they're all it's not very bold. It's very swampy, like woods, cabin, swampy looking. And all through the house, they don't a thing pass, not even a mouse. The children been nestled good snug on the floor, and mama passed the pepper through the crack in the door. Then mama in the fireplace done roast up the ham, stir up the gumbo, and bake the yam. Then out on the bayou, they got such a clatter, make sound like old Boudreaux done fall off his ladder. I run like a rabbit to got to the door, trip over the dog, and fall on the floor. As I look out the door in the light of the moon, I think, man, you crazy, or got old too soon. My favorite part with all the alligators. 'Cause there on the bayou, when I stretch my neck stiff, there's 8 alligator a-pulling the skiff. And a little fat drover with a long pulling stick, I know right away, got to be old Saint Nick. More faster and faster the gator they came, he whistle and holler and call them by name. Ha, Gaston, ha, Tibor, ha, Pierre, and Alcie, G, Nanette, G, Suzette, Celeste, and Renee. Alligators on the roof. Gotta love it. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, make crawl, alligator, and be sure you don't fall. Like Tanta Flo's cat, through the top treetop he fly, when the big old hound dog come a run himself by. Like that up the porch, them old gator climb, with the skiff full of toy, and St. Nicholas behind. Try and get that in a little closer so you can see these pictures. They are pretty good. Then on top the porch roof, it sound like the hail when all them big gator sat down they tail. Then down the chimney I yell with a bam, and St. Nicholas fall and sit on the yam. Uh-oh. Sacre, he exclaimed. My pant got a hole. I done salt myself on them red hot coal. He got on his foots and jumped like a cat out to the floor, where he land with a splat. Look at the alligator peeking through the doorway. Can you see that? It's funny. He was dressed in muskrat from his head to his foot, and his cloth is all dirty with ashes and soot. A sack full of playthings he throw on his back. He looked like a burglar, and that's for a fact. I love it. His eyes, how they shine, his dimple, how merry. Maybe he been drink the wine from blackberry. Ooh, blackberry wine. His cheek was like rose, his nose like a cherry. On second thought, maybe he lap up the sherry. Mm. With snow white chin whisker and quivering belly, he shook when he laughed like the strawberry jelly. But a wink in his eye and a shook o' his head make my confidence that I don't got to be scared. He done do no talking, gone straight to his work. Put plating in stock and then turn with a jerk. That alligator. He put both his hand on top of his head, cast an eye on the chimney with all, and then he done said, with all of that fire and them burning hot flame, me, I ain't going back by the way that I came. Mm-mm. So he run out the door and he climbed to the roof. He ain't no fool him for to make one more goof. He's got the alligator in his sack. He jumped in his skiff and crack his big whip. The gator moved down and don't make one slip. And I hear him shout loud as a splashin' he go. Merry Christmas to all, till I saw you some more. And there we go. That's a fun little story, hey? Right? I do love that one. Um, Sorry, I need a little bit of water now. I've been doing a lot of talking this holiday season. There we go. And now I'm going to show you a book I picked up last year. It's not a storybook, like I said before, but I really wanted to share this one because it's kind of cool. And I have to admit, I really only looked at it recently. So y'all know I have a love of Hallmark movies. And I go every year now to Merry and Bright at Martini Town, which is a Hallmark movie set that gets all done up for Christmas. And they have like little artisan booths, and there's food trucks, and it's just all a typical New York City street with brownstones. And then there's like a little area with like shops and barber shops and bodegas. And there's a front of an old movie theater that has posters in the windows, and all the posters are actually from Hallmark movies that have been filmed right there at Martini Town. And it's about an hour outside of Vancouver. If you ever come to Vancouver in December, you need to come and check this out, especially if you're a Hallmark fan. So last year, I always go to the dollar store to pick up a few little just trinkety things and snacks and tape and things like that. And I was wandering around last year and I saw this book, Countdown to Christmas. It's literally from the Hallmark Channel, called Celebrate the Movie Magic. Now, one, it's cool because it's Hallmark. Hello. But what I didn't really super realize, and I think I bought this book, doesn't have the sticker on anymore. I believe I paid $4. And it's a hardcover book. And when we were at Martini Town last year, a friend and I saw this book and they were selling it for $20. It's all about Hallmark movie magic. So there's all kinds of like recipes for cookies, for part of your Christmas dinner. There's a section on small town spirit. And then just all the pictures in it are super fun. Every Hallmark Channel Christmas movie needs to feel like it could take place inside a snow globe. Just all kinds of fun things. And there's like making your own garland out of wine corks and beads. I mean, all of us Swifties who have leftover beads, hello. Pine cones and corks, cookies and ribbon garlands. Chapter 4, creating a happy ending, has like little stories about different movies and things. There's turning your pet, Annette, you'd like this, turning your pet into a star. Very cute. I love this picture here of the little puppy on top of the roof. Then we've also got, oh, look at this one. Deck the Paws. Right? So good. Just got a Golden Girls color by number with, 95. That's awesome. Peanut butter kiss cookies. Wait a minute. Maybe I should make those tonight. Oh, I get it. Hang on. So then these recipes, this is, Jodie Sweetin. Remember her from Full House? The littlest one? Oh, sorry, not the littlest one. The one just under Candace. So then Chewy Ginger Cookies by Candace Cameron Bure. We've got Spritz cookies. Wow. That sounds really fancy. Oh, but it's super simple. Flour, baking powder, salt, butter, sugar, egg, vanilla, almond extract. I might need to make some more cookies tonight while I'm at home. Jam sandwiches. I mean, I know we can get recipes anywhere, but it's just so much better. And then, oh my gosh, if you are a Hallmark fan, I just saw this picture of Lacey Chabert, and she's getting ready to work on a new Hallmark movie next year, for 2026. And it's going to be filmed at Disney World in Orlando. Just, so fabulous. And there's like all different stuff about Santa. And that whole section is called Find Your Christmas Spirit, which I think is so fun. Even like how to set a table for Christmas. It's kind of like, it always reminds me of like back in like, not that I know, because I'm not from the 50s or 60s, but they used to be very, there would be all those etiquette books and like how to set your table for a fancy dinner and like all these kind of different things. Oh, we've got a recipe for classic popovers. Al Roker's family sweet potatoes, complete with the marshmallows on the top. Amazing. Spice roasted carrots. I might try that later. I have carrots. Sancocho stew. Macaroni and cheese, a big classic, especially in the South. Holly Robinson Pete's macaroni and cheese. So it's just even how to do a turkey. It's a really fun book that I think I'm going to find even different tips for like setting up your Christmas tree and things. I might find, okay, this is my favorite. Look at this pink Christmas tree. It's kind of got Whoville and Co vibes all together, doesn't it? So I just think this would be a really great book to pick up to have on hand when you're looking for new inspiration. Even goes on the history of like live Christmas trees and things. Gingerbread rolls, amazing. So I'm kind of starting to think that maybe next year, maybe I'll do like a home baking tour at some point, and we'll do maybe some cookies from the recipe book or something. Maybe those peanut butter kiss ones or whatever it was. Does that sound like fun to you? Maybe I'm going to see. I think there might be some short stories in there that I could maybe throw into my mix. Um, I'm going to look for the book for next year as well. Christmas in Mississippi, because I bet that's really cool. I really love the southern states. I love the culture and the history. And so having all these little Christmas books to do with that kind of stuff really kind of keeps me feeling like connected to the South, because I can't take any time off at Christmas. And I am so terrible at linking things, especially in StreamYard. I can post it on my Facebook. Would that help? Unless Annette knows how to link it. Um, yeah, so I'm trying to come up with some cool new ideas for next year's tours. And always I will do Gingerbread Lane is one of them. Matthew, I'm going to drop my Buy Me a Coffee in my Facebook, on my personal and in Girl on the Bus Adventures today once I'm done the tour. Channel description. You know what? That's a good point. I know I have my Buy Me a Coffee linked in on my link tree, I'm pretty sure. But I'll also go and drop it in my YouTube channel as well. Thanks for the pointers. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed our little story time today. I certainly did. Yeah, and I'm going to do that today. In fact, before I leave my house, I'm going to get that done. Just to make it easier for everyone. And again, I just hope everybody's having a great holiday season, however that looks for you. And don't worry about, what it looks like on the outside to everybody else, because it's all about what happens for your soul and makes you happy. And if you need a Christmas service to watch and you follow, you're on Facebook, my Christmas service at my church in New Orleans, First Grace United Methodist Church, is on at 6 o'clock New Orleans time, which is 4 o'clock Pacific. And they usually do a pretty good little service. If you want to just follow along on TV on the screen. We've had some pretty miserable weather today, and my friends go to an outdoor thing at the shipyards in North Vancouver for a Christmas Eve carol sing. And I'm not sure I'm going to make it today because I'm not up for being outside in this. It's also very cold here for us. So anyways, let's get back to happy. So I do want to say from Girl on a Bus Adventures, Merry Christmas to everybody. It is, if you go to buymeacoffee.com/girl on a bus, you can buy me a couple of coffees or a coffee or whatever you like. Also, I'm going to post it in all of my social media today for you, so you can go to that. And anything you do is, of course, greatly appreciated. And I did go and do a donation when I was at Gingerbread Lane last week, or whatever that was, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I included a little extra just to make sure. And looking forward to the new year. The Hot Chocolate Festival is coming up. It's been confirmed. I believe it starts somewhere around January 15th, but I'll get everything ready to go. I'm still anxiously awaiting for them to post all of the vendors and drinks this year so I can start planning things. And I'm off to New Orleans for January 14th. And I'm going to be doing some tours down there to do with Epiphany, king cake. I'm going to be doing some shorts, some TikTok videos and things on the food scene and just what's going on in New Orleans when I'm there. So I'm very excited about that in January. And oh, just finished Hanukkah. Yeah. So now you're full-blown Christmas mode. Secretly, and don't tell my boss at Lego this, but I'm gonna maybe try and see if I can sneak off to New Orleans for a couple of days at Christmas time next year. I don't know if I'll be able to swing it or not, but I'm gonna see. They do this carol sing in Jackson Square on the Sunday night before Christmas. So that was last Sunday. And they pack out people in Jackson Square and carol sing. I've done a mini version at Washington Square, just outside the quarter, but I really want to do the Jackson Square carol sing one year. So I don't know if next year I'll be able to swing it, but I might try. We'll see. Depends on my travel coming up in 2026. But again, thank you so much for being here today. It has been, as always, my pleasure to spend some time with all of you. For those of you who happen to catch this later, because I think I might drop the link back on my Facebook so that if people are looking for something to do, even while you're cooking or baking or whatever, they can throw this little video on and be entertained. So I am going to head out, get on with my day, go pick up a last couple of things to pop into some presents. And I am going to enjoy the next 24, 48 hours with family. All right. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for being here. And here we go. Bye.